In today's video, I will be talking about ships. Ships in Destiny are cool looking pieces of customization items. They come in various shapes and sizes. They look like they have various different weapons, thrusters, wing types, chassis, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, however, that's all they are, customization items. They are there when you land in the tower, there in a few cutscenes, and are just there for when you're in orbit and for the loading screen. So how could they implement the ships better? I have heard or read in an article of IGN when they said they were talking to a member of the team and what stuff they could expect in the future from Destiny and future expansion packs and DLCs and stuff. And the member of Bungie quite happily hinted at dogfights in orbit. So obviously space combat is probably going to be something that they add into Destiny either in the next big expansion pack or maybe in the future. And this is I just thought I'd make this video to say how I think they should how I personally think they should go about it. Obviously, Bungie are no strangers to making space combat in games. They have done it in Halo 4 in that one solo mission, and if anything, that can be used as a perfect basis, a perfect starter point for the space combat in Destiny. Albeit with just more customization stuff put on top. So as I mentioned, customization, I'll go into what I think they should do in a bit more detail about how they could let you customize your ships. Well, first off, you've got the ship that you find. You know, you got all your different cool chassis, all the different color schemes and stuff, and you know, you find that, and that would be the basis of your ship. Now, when you go to your character inventory screen, you see all the different weapon slots and the different armor slots and stuff. I think they should add something very similar for ships, like a second character selection screen, where you can go into it, choose what kind of weapons, what type of armor your ship has, what type of thrusters perhaps, and what type of special weapons it has, and maybe ships have their own legendaries and exotics and stuff to find. That would add an extra level of customization and personalization as well. Just you'd be able to have your own awesome ship to your own personal loadout and specs, as well as your own personal guardian, and maybe make it so that all the ship chassis and stuff that are out at the moment, maybe they all have like their own different individual skills, stats, you know, skill trees and stuff, similar to how like weapons and armor have skill trees. Maybe ships could have very similar skill trees as well, but maybe more in line with like the characters', you know, skills instead of weapon skills. So you'd have like your own skills which you can unlock for each ship type and stuff, like, you know, maybe quick thrusters, stuff like that. And yeah, well, if it came to the actual combat itself, the way I do it is something like in Ratchet and Clank 2 or in Halo Reach. We've got these nice big open area with lots of shit to see and lots of stuff to shoot. But I do it a bit more like Ratchet and Clank in that you have these big wide open areas where in Ratchet and Clank they're a bit more structured and a bit more obviously scripted. You have to do a very specific thing to clear the mission, but just in terms of you have these big open areas which you can do awesome missions in. Maybe you can go patrolling in an asteroid field and stuff like that. And I think that would be a pretty cool thing to add to the game. It would add an extra bit of depth to it, a nice little extra bit of gameplay type. It also mean new locations. It wouldn't just mean going to new planets. You could go to awesome new like asteroid belts or the satellite graveyard around Earth, or even the reef. It would be awesome to fly around a massive ship graveyard like that. And yeah, that's how I think they should do the actual combat side of it. You know, you get to fly around. I would personally give the player the option to go between first person and third person, because obviously third person would be like an awesome vanity view of your ship with all its weapons and stuff on. But also people, when they do space combat games, they like to be able to see everything from the inside of your ship, see the cockpit and stuff. Now, I wouldn't know how they do that. Maybe just all ships have like a generalized cockpit, or maybe there's like 2 or 3 varieties, so that way it's not too stale. It would be cool to be able to fly a ship in first person through the Destiny universe. Also, I just think also if they were to do this, add a whole variety of new ships as well, new ship types and stuff. Like have specifically fast ones, have slow ones, have ones which can take a hell of a lot of damage, have ones which can't, which are glass cannons, which can't take much damage but can deal out a massive ton of damage. Another thing I think they could add could be exotic bounties for very specific ships. So, you know, you got these awesome exotic ships that are really rare and hard to find. Maybe you can find them through looting chests, like you can find ship plans through looting chests on patrol. Or maybe they could have just like awesome bounties, like, you know, like you do for Fawn or for Bad Juju and stuff. Maybe you could have like these specifically named ships that have got their own lore and background, that you can go out, get these quest chains and fight through, you know, I would recommend for that kind of thing they actually have the bounty take place in space. So those are just my thoughts and opinions on how Bungie could implement space combat into Destiny. I hope they do it soon. I'd love to be able to fly my ship around. I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.